Hey folks, Wes at Alligator Alley Tuesday morning. Sorry yesterday we were a little preoccupied, had some things going on, couldn't make a video, but we're back in full action today. You know, one question we get all the time is people want to know, Wes, how did you start Alligator Alley? So I always ask them, I said, you want the long version or you want the short version? Seeing as how most of us are sitting at home with nothing to do, y'all are going to get the long version, so here it is. The property that Alligator Alley sits on, my grandfather purchased in 1939. He was a graduate of Alabama Polytechnic Institute, which is now Auburn University, in 1937. So he started buying this farm and setting up shop. When I was a young fella, kindergarten, my earliest memories of he had a big alligator named Old Joe, and Old Joe used to come up and he would feed him right down here, kind of where our main bleachers were. So, as a young fella, he would bring us down here to the pond. Old Joe would hear his pickup truck coming up and he would come up on the bank. We would get out and feed him and, do stuff that nowadays would probably get a grandparent thrown in jail for because it's not necessarily safe. But let's face it, back then we drank out of garden hoses. Everybody's parents smoked in the house. Lead paint was pretty common, and we rode on the tailgate down Highway 59 back before things got crazy. So ever since a very young age, I was just fascinated with alligators. And so, we have a spring-fed cypress swamp right in the middle of our 160 acres here in Summerdale. So it's the perfect habitat for alligators. He actually dug the channel, which you'll see behind me, which you'll see quite a few alligators coming over here. And he dug that channel starting in about 1941. He used it for irrigation purposes. He was a large-scale vegetable farmer, and what's funny, I had a lady ask me one time, she says, "Oh, you mean he grew those large giant pumpkins like you see at the fair?" I said, "No ma'am, not that kind of large-scale vegetables." He grew things like sweet corn. He grew turnips, not turnips, but well, he did grow turnips, but he grew sweet corn, potatoes, cabbage, things like that. He actually used the pond to irrigate out of. He dug it with a drag line. A lot of times people say, well, how deep is the pond? Well, the pond doesn't have any slope to it, so the banks go straight down. So right now, I can walk right over here to the edge, and if I get pretty close, if you fall in the water, there's not a gradual bank. It's straight down about 10 feet. So the pond, hey, what's up, Chubbs? The pond averages around 10 to 12 feet deep. So in the summertime, when it gets really warm here in the south, our water temperature stays nice and cool. It still stays in that 68 to 70 degree range in the bottom. So the alligators, they don't overheat. So in the summertime, you won't see these animals out on the bank like you do right now because all they need really is about 1 hour of direct sunlight a day. So they're going to stay on the bottom where it's nice and cool. So again, this pond has been here, since 1941. Old Joe, his pet alligator, unfortunately met his demise back in 1981. But ever since then, as a young fella, I had just a fascination with alligators. So I'm fortunate enough to get to spend, my day every day playing with alligators. And again, through this whole quarantine period, it's really made me appreciate why I got into this. I didn't get into it for the money. I got into it because these are the coolest animals on the planet. And again, each and every one of these animals, if they weren't here, you'd be looking, Jabba right here, he would probably be somebody's couch or an ottoman. Chubbs over there would probably be some other furniture. Some of these smaller ones might be some boots and shoes and wallets. And so again, these animals get to come live here where pork chops are endless, girls are everywhere, and life is good. So, we are the only alligator sanctuary in the state of Alabama, and really only a couple in the entire country. So, proper use of habitat is what I always say. We're going to feed a little bit. Young guys like Chubbs here, which Chubbs is a little over 12 feet long. He's probably around 12'4". Excuse me, Jabba. Chubbs is back to the back over there. We got Shredder coming up. So, we've got some really big heavy hitters starting to show up. And there's another interesting fact. I'm gonna grab my cooler and move over here a little bit. We had an alligator, pass away recently, and sometimes that happens. It's very unfortunate, and we always try to figure out why things happen. A lot of these animals, they were old when they came to Alligator Alley, but some interesting things you find in these animals' stomach. And I want you to look and see, you know, these are basic rocks. And somebody would say, well, you know, what in the world are rocks doing in an alligator's stomach? Well, you know, caustic is that hydrochloric acid is in that animal's stomach. What they'll actually do is they will eat rocks. And those rocks and stones help to grind up that food. So, you know, in this alligator stomach that passed away, his name was Ralph. He was 11 feet 4 inches. The only thing that was in his stomach was a handful of rocks and several hooves from pigs. And you might ask, well, you know, why did he have hooves in his stomach? Well, hydrochloric acid, as potent as it is, will not break down keratin. So, basically, the only thing we'll find in their stomach after they eat animals are hair. And, you know, toenails and hooves and rocks. So, if you're going to get rid of anybody, take that into account. Just kidding. Right, ladies, lay down. Got some of the old girls showing up today. We got Crazy Legs. Got Miss Henrietta. Again, these older females, you know, they tend to exert their dominance a little bit. You know, there is a strict pecking order in the alligator world, and that goes with the females. We got Miss Hillary showing up over here. Let's see if we can get, have a Jabba break a leg for us. You in a leg breaking mood, Jabba? Been up wide? Ouch. Yeah, he's a legs man. You gonna break it? Can I have it back? Good boy. All right, now J-Dub's coming out. Come on, J-Dub. There we go. You know, of the, you know, over 200 adult alligators, you know, in the main swamp. Today, right now in close proximity, we have probably at least 40. Hey, Henrietta, how are you, sweetheart? All right, good girl. Yeah. These females know that as soon as they start building a nest here in about another 2 months, that they're not going to be out venturing in search of food. So they need to try to take advantage of all these feeding opportunities if they can, because if they go into the summertime being already stressed, you know, then taking 2 months to guard that nest and some change, then wintertime comes, and so if they don't have the body storage and fat, again, that's very stressful on them. So right now, girls show up, I try to make sure they get plenty to eat. Now I just got to see if Henrietta will let me get back to my cooler. Stay. Good girl. All right, it's kind of like Mardi Gras. Fetch. Fetch. There you go, sweetheart. All right, Chubbs, you come in front and center. Chubbs is on the Slim Slow program. You know, on land, you know, alligators are by no means slow. However, they're not built to catch things on land. As fast as they are, and if Chubbs really wanted to run and catch me right now, he could. You know, the way they're designed, to be such a massive animal, you know, their legs are relatively disproportionately short in comparison to their body. However, they have very deep sockets. They have a very wide stance, which gives them the ability to generate some pretty tremendous land speed. But it's not to catch something. It is designed to retreat and get back to the water, because considering that these are ambush predators, once they are on land, all their ambush capabilities are essentially useless. So right now, getting these animals further away from the water, you know, tends to make them a little bit leery. And secondly, you know, being a biped animal like we are, we look like a really large prey item. Now, Chubbs, Jabba, you know, J-Dub, Shredder, any of these 4 large males, if they were to grab me and drag me into the water, there would be absolutely nothing I could do about it. But being that I'm up on 2 legs, I just look a lot bigger than I actually am. I mean, any of these guys could kill a 200 to 250 pound pig with no problem whatsoever. I don't weigh 250. If this quarantine stays on much longer though, I'm gonna get a little closer. Try fun. There you go, J-Dub. Oh, in the mouth. It's kind of like playing horseshoes with pork chops. And this is Crazy Legs. She's one of my older females. What's up, sweetheart? She comes up and eats a lot. And she's one of these really old girls, very sweet alligator. Good girl. All right, let's see if we can get my man Shredder over here to get a little vocal for us. You know, this time of year, these animals get very vocal. We have a lot of bellowing taking place this time of year. Now, that's that real deep drumming sound. Alligators have vocal cords very similar to ours. So early this morning, again, a lot of these big guys right here bellowing, and that's designed to communicate great distances. It's designed to influence ladies and let them know that, hey, I'm a big fella. Come over here and check me out. and it's also designed to tell other males that, you know, I'm bigger than you are. They'll also use what's called a head slap. What's up, Shredder? 2 points. Head slaps are designed to communicate in close proximity. So that's how alligators, if they want to, you know, talk a little smack, just in the same pond. So this time of year, you know, we have a lot of head slaps going on, a lot of bellowing. And this is my man Shredder here. You can tell he's a young fella. He's all fired up. Hey, good boy. Stay. Come back tomorrow. I'll stick my head in his mouth for a picture. I'm just kidding. All right. We'll give him a few more pieces real quick. All right. What's up? What's up, Roger? Mickey? All right, Shredder, you gonna give me a bite pop? Open up wide. See? Open up, hold it. Good boy. You'll notice he's also missing the end of his tail. 3 years ago, another larger alligator decided to borrow that tail and just not give it back. But again, wounds like that to these animals are pretty common, and it's actually pretty minor. So, you know, things this time of year, when they're actually competing for these ladies' attention, they do beat each other up pretty good. All right, I've got a few more pieces in my cooler. Open it wide. Open up. She's like a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Stay. He's just posing right now. Oh, a few more pieces. Stay. Where you going, buddy? See if we can get over here, maybe get J-Dub to come up a little closer. Come on, J-Dub. You can do it. Let's go. That bite pop right there was the equivalent of having about a 2,700 pound weight dropped on your head. All right, Dub, you ready? I get another. Come on, big boy, open it wide. Good boy. Strike two. We'll give him a couple more pieces, and then we'll call it a day. All right, J-Dub. Open up, come on, buddy. Strike two. Oh, we've got the devil showing up, one of our larger three-legged alligators. I call him the devil because he likes to try to eat me all the time. Come on, devil, you can do it. He actually came to Alligator Alley back in 2004 with 4 legs. He violated the pecking order, though, and got between Mighty Max, one of our largest alligators in the swamp, and Mighty Max at feeding time decided to rip his leg off and eat it. You know, that's one of those things that happens in the alligator world, but it didn't really even slow him down. As a matter of fact, he lost that leg one afternoon. He was up the next day at 11 o'clock feeding, ready to eat. Good boy. It's the first time I've had him on the bank in a while, so I'm going to give him a few extra pieces. All right, devil, you ready? Open up. Good boy. Good alligator. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Well, folks, we have almost exhausted our cooler full of juicy, yummy pig parts. I hope y'all have enjoyed today's kind of history lesson on Alligator Alley and a few other alligator facts. Tomorrow we're going to see if we can't cover a few other more interesting topics, or if you have any questions or anything you'd like us to cover, let us know and we'll be happy to answer that for you. Open all that wine. All right. All cool. Well, folks, other than that, I appreciate y'all watching. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe. God bless. Have a good one.